Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Capricorn for April 2021. Welcome Capricorn. Let's see what's in store for you. So we're now the 23rd of March, so we're in Aries proper. Aries is a fire sign, so expect a lot of action this next 4 weeks. Lots of energy as well. Projects moving quickly. General events moving quickly as well. So the energy around is the Sun. So the Sun's an amazing card. It's a major card, so it has a big impact. So the Sun sort of illuminates everything. As we know, when you go out in the bright sunlight, sometimes it can be a bit too unkind, because you can see everything like looking through a microscope. Everything becomes very illuminated, let's say. It's also a card of good health, healing. As we all know, the Sun's a very healing planet. And just a general yes card. So if you have a yes/no answer question, the answer when you have the Sun is always a yes. So I think I've covered that. So that's going to be happening. Let's see where you are right now. And we have your card. We have the card of Leo coming into the major card coming into where you are right now. Now this is a very strong card. To me, I always interpret it as the Father card, so it has a lot to do with male energy. A lot to do with male energy that needs to be tamed. So in other words, that sort of awareness, it's the aggression. And bear in mind too, Aries is ruled by Mars, which is it is the planet of war. So it can be a very sort of aggressive time. So what I'm suggesting here with this one, Capricorn, just be aware of, getting your buttons pressed. Where sometimes it just elicits that angry response that we all have, that emotion of anger. So it's about being able to, or learning to control that this month, this next 4 weeks. Very much don't let people press your buttons and elicit that anger out of you, because we all need to learn how to control our inner. Sometimes it just comes out quite spontaneously, but there it is. That's for you to be mindful of this month. It's going to be quite fast and furious, and therefore a lot of emotions can sort of be on high. Let's see what's crossing that, or what's influencing, and will in turn influence the rest of the reading. And we have the 8 of Cups. So something in relationships, in the zone of relationships, is not going so well. You feel like it's sort of, you're just in a contained kind of space, and you need a bit of a break from that space. So the suggestion with the 8 of Cups is just to merely walk away for a bit. Leave it for a bit. Try not to invest too much time, or the whys and wherefores, why, or arguing over how it's become or why it's like this. Just try and give it a bit of space for this next 4 weeks. And you might see that sort of, it just evolves into something, it just changes. And we all know, especially very close relationships, sometimes they do become a bit fraught. And that's what this 8 of Cups is suggesting. So in that case, you just have to sort of put your focus on other things, like on yourself, and, managing your own emotions in turn. Let's see what the background of that is. And we have the 7 of Wands. So once again, very much a sticking up for yourself sort of energy. Once again, it's Leo. So we've got Leo cards coming in here, which is very much fiery, can be a bit aggressive as well. But very much the Leos are more into control though. So Yeah, really standing up for yourself, fighting your corner. Don't be, and this has been going on in the 4 weeks preceding, so perhaps February, March, really needing to sort of defend your corner and stick up for yourself. And, you know, in a couple of words, just, you're just as good as anybody else for whatever. And this usually is work or projects work, you know, where you do have a bit of competition around. So it's about you sort of being worthy of that and putting your hand up for that, rather than going, oh, I won't go in for that because I won't do any good. Yes, you will. And you've got the strength card here, so it's almost like this challenge has to be met. You have to accept it. You have to face whatever it is that you feel in your fears and go, okay, no, I'm going to go for it. I'm just as good as anybody else. So that fighting spirit's very much behind you and around you this next 4 weeks, Capricorn. So use it to your best advantage. The cards are sort of saying. Recent influences, and we have the Hermit. So yeah, typical in a way for Capricorn. Just sort of observing, standing out a bit, watching the competition, not really saying too much, just being a very astute observer, very wise as well. So the Hermit knows when to shut up. He knows when to stand out. He knows when it's just time to be a bit more solitary and say nothing about the circumstances going on around you at work or at home with relationships, anything like that. Just keep your own counsel virtually, this card means, and just keep out. Just be a spectator for the next 4 weeks, and a very wise one at that. Let's have a look at what lesson you're learning. And the Two of Wands comes in, which is a very powerful card too. It's a moving forward card. It's a card of making a decision. Now, decisions, as we know, can go to this way or that way. It's almost like which way do you go towards the moon, the unknown, or do you go to the path that's bright and you can see, you know, it's sort of very transparent. And the moon is not so transparent, it's more opaque, and you don't really know. But you've got this choice, and whatever one you choose will take you in that direction. But it's very positive, so it's about making decisions. That's your lesson. It's an Aries card, so it's very much an Aries. It's like, just get it over and done with, bite the bullet, make the decision, and just go with it, because this 4 weeks is going to be very rapid and very, very productive as well, but very sort of positive. So there you go. Let's see near future, what's coming in. And we have the Hanging Man. So sacrifice, go with the flow. Another big card. You've got some amazing big cards this 4 weeks, Capricorn. So the Hanging Man just says go with the flow. Patience. Something good is coming. It's not here yet, but the lesson is learning to be patient and wait. Waiting for the right time again. So just go with this flow for a while and wait until whatever it is that you're expecting or anticipating that comes in, and then you'll see the big picture. We'll have a look at what's happening that you're not realising, because these two to me are the most connected of all. They're all interconnected, but these two, because this is always a bit of a surprise, this one, what's happening that you're not realising. Yeah, go with the flow because you've taken on a bit too much, Capricorn, so you're a bit out of energy. You're not realising this, typical of Capricorn, because they're too busy seeing, oh, I've still got to get up to the top of that mountain, little goats. But this sort of saying to you, yeah, but you're a bit low on energy. You're quite low. You're in the red zone. So you need to sort of recharge, refill, whatever it is, because you have been, you know, moving at quite a pace and taking on quite a lot. And that's another reason too why you've got this go with the flow card. It's sort of saying you go with the flow, because sometimes when you're exhausted You can make the wrong decision. And then in hindsight, you'll go, oh my God, I knew I should have. But anyway, there it is. Take it easy. Wait until we get into Taurus, which is Earth, like your sort of home habitat is Earth. So it's slower moving and much more at home for you. Let's see how others see you. 10 of Cups. Yeah, they're very much family. There's issues going on here, perhaps. Everyone might, everyone sort of looks at everyone else's relationship and thinks it's wonderful, but only we know what's really going on in there. So it's just about taking a bit of break from that as well, focusing on other things. Everyone, else sees you, oh, you've got an amazing relationship, everything's rosy in the garden, but, is it? Not everybody. It's just not the way things run. Things that, in close relationships especially, things can get a bit iffy sometimes. It's just the way it is. It's life, and it's about sort of riding through the crisis, I guess. Interesting though, Capricorn, that everyone else thinks you've got this perfect sort of 10 of a relationship, and you're relating to others is exemplary. Okay, let's see. Positive feelings. And we have the 3 of Coins, but it's upside down, funnily enough. I don't usually read upside down, so normally if it's the right way up, it's working well with others. Solid sort of foundations. Spiritual lesson. This is the most overriding to me. This card is very much the spiritual learning. So you're learning something. Maybe you don't think you are, but that's why it's upside down. But just we'll put it up the right way. But you just remember, whatever's going on, especially with relationships and your relationship with yourself, make sure to check in there and go, oh, look, I'll just kind of focus on something else. I'm tired at the moment. I don't want to admit it, but I am a bit running low on energy. I just need to recoup. I just need to go with the flow for a little bit so this becomes upright, because it is your Capricorn card, but I'm suggesting it's a bit sort of on its head, and you know that. So you know that you need to take a bit of a break, Capricorn, because normally 3 of Coins for you is that's how you roll. Everything goes well. You like moving. You work well with others. You're a good team leader. You're a good, it's great. But the more under the surface, it's about your spiritual learning. Final outcome. And we have the 6 of Cups. So yearning for the past. People from the past coming around. Being back with people from your past. Very much so. Yeah, it's a really nice sort of, it's almost like it is a past life card. So those people that really all your life, or from a young age, or maybe people you haven't even met yet, come in and are around you. And it's sort of a nice feel-good card as well. For some it isn't, but overall it's the card of, people from the past coming back into your life or in your environment as well. So that might be more of a, you may wish to spend more time with, old friends and people from your past to sort of rebalance this relationship that sort of just needs a bit of a breather. You need a bit of a breather as well. Okay, Capricorn, let's just do your little message for the next 4 weeks. Pure mindfulness. Mindfulness is the miracle by which we master and restore ourselves. With mindfulness comes the awareness that what has happened in the past is only memory, and what is going to happen in the future is but a form of fantasy. Be still and open to the most precious moments that life presents to you. All the opportunities and blessings to be found are unfolding for you in the now. So that's just really literally forgetting the past and living very much in the moment, and just going with the flow and just trying to stick to that, and you'll have a great month. Thanks so much for listening, Capricorn. Talk to you next month.